There's a legend in these parts about Bigfoot. As he was wandering through the forest, he thought about having a podcast. And he walked and thought and walked and thought. Then he came across a little bunny and he pondered, I wonder if that bunny would be my co-host. And the rest, it was history.
Welcome to Bigfoot
and the Bunny.
This is a couple's journey into the mysterious,
the unknown, and the paranormal.
I'm your host, Chris Carr.
And I'm your host, Kristen Johnson.
Together we are Bigfoot and the Bunny.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome
Alfred
back.
Hitchcock used to do that. Good evening.
Good evening, of course. That's why I said it.
We've been off the air for quite a while, and we decided we would come back and start again.
Yes.
So hello.
Hello.
Good to see you guys.
Took a hiatus.
Looks like there's a few of you folks out there. We see George. What's going on?
Hello,
we missed you too.
George.
We see Anne Marie Young out
Hello,
there.
beautiful.
How you doing? And yeah, we got a good
Lynn.
show for you guys. Yeah, Lynn Monet is out there.
Monet.
Excellent.
Thank
Excellent. You. So, I don't know. What have we been doing for 6 months?
We just took a hiatus and worked on ourselves and we ate a lot and we just needed a break. Sometimes
hence the Diet Coke.
Yep. Sometimes it just, you need to back off, back away, control yourself or get yourself together. If that's a Kim's on.
Too damn long, George says. Yeah.
Yes.
It has been too damn long. So we're going to try to keep these things regular. I don't know if we're going to do them on Saturdays or Thursdays. Probably one show a week, but I'm not sure what day yet. I don't know. Whatever we can work out. Our schedules have been a little wackadoodle lately anyways. So Kim Moran, hello.
Hi, Kim. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We got a good show for you guys. A really good show. Yeah. Really good show. We got our friends Bob Burnell and Karen AnnDaniels with us from TEMPIST Paranormal. And we were on an investigation with these guys back in March.
Yeah, end of March.
The Isaac Morse house. And that we had a great time. It was awesome. And I actually just came across an EVP from there that I'll play for you guys when we get into our data. But I'm going to bring them on, let them tell you about themselves, and we will go from there. We're all awkward, right?
Yeah, it's like
I didn't know where the buttons were. StreamYard changed a little bit. There's some things are in different places.
It was so good. Dark horse. I mean, YouTube signed me out, and I don't know why or when. So yeah.
Welcome, Karen.
Hello.
Hello.
And Bob.
Hey.
How are you?
Welcome.
I'm sorry, Karen. I called you Karen AnnDaniels. And I asked Bob, is it AnnDaniels?
It's because Ann is my middle name, but I had gotten hacked one time on Facebook and I had to find a way to make an alternate profile. And that's what I had to do was put because Karen Daniels is pretty generic. And so that was the combination I found. But it does, I'll be whoever you want. So it's fine.
Yeah, no problem. I'm sorry about that. Hey, what's going on, Bill? We've got Bill and Brandon out there.
Yes, Brandon. Bigfoot and the booby.
Bigfoot and the booby. That's he likes to affectionately call us.
Yeah, it was the story.
And he's our Nomi.
He's our Nomi. Our shamanic Nomi.
So why don't you guys tell us a little bit about yourself? I know you sent us bios, but it's easier just to say, when did you guys start working together, and tell us a little bit about Tempest.
Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
Myself and a guy named Bill Maskell started Tempest, and we've been at it ever since. It's changed. Billy passed away 2 years ago. He had heart conditions. All of a sudden, he was just in the hospital. He couldn't breathe, and and he just went downhill real quick. But anyway, yeah, it was Billy, his wife, his son, his brother-in-law, and myself and Karen. That was Tempest. And since Billy's death, it's now just me and Karen. And they're welcome to come back. I think they just took like a hiatus, maybe. Everybody needs, after Billy passed away, I think they just needed some time away from the paranormal. I think it really reminded Kathy of Billy and whatever, but
Mhm.
We've been as a group, we've been hard at it for a few years now. About once a month we go out, I would say, Karen, huh?
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
And
a lot of places. I know, just looking at your data, and of course the Tempest page, which you can find on Facebook, and we'll share that link. You've done a lot of investigations.
I have another 4 terabyte drive I haven't even tapped into yet.
Wow.
And I lost the drive just recently. Thank God for captures, because I use that. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like a Windows key G. And when I'm playing a video, that's how I get my snippets, and it goes into your captures folder. So I have a hard drive, a Samsung, and it was a regular hard drive. Shame on me for buying a cheaper drive, and I lost all my stuff. It's going to cost me like $200.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Yeah, to get the stuff out of it. But I have all the captures and all the stuff I posted, which is all the stuff that's significant. So I still have it, but
Was it a physical hard drive with a spinning?
Yes. So it was a SATA,
Yeah. So
and it just started beeping, like.
And
I had only used it. Like I only use it like when I go out on an investigation, I'll download everything from my cameras and stuff to my laptop, and from my laptop to that hard drive, So I just bought a new Samsung, but it's a SSD, and it is pretty nice. So,
well, you've got some great camera equipment, and I know we're going to
goodness,
show some video from some of the investigations, and I think we're even in a couple of those, which is pretty cool, from our Isaac Morse house investigation in Winchton, Mass, otherwise known as Toy Town.
Toy Town. Mine's some babes in Toyland.
Which is a wild place. They got a giant rocking horse in the center of town, and apparently used to manufacture toys. And the house we were in is really it's a toy museum. So it was an entire room dedicated to rocking horses that they had used over the years, the really old ones.
Yeah.
I forget how old they are. It's really cool. And there's a lot of old toys. There's another room. And that was a lot of fun. I think, we've got some data from there, but the most impressive thing was the noises and stuff that we kept hearing. Like you walk out of a room, and then something would move in the room behind you. And you hear us commenting through the night, listening back to the audio of like, did you just hear that downstairs? Somebody walking, and this goes on and on and on. It was like the whole night. You just sounded like somebody was just outside of where we were.
Now, you guys have been there a couple of times, and you've said that you've heard that before, where there's people walking, or you can hear someone walking, downstairs.
Yeah.
I
think
when we went with you was the second time. So so Bob and I we're talking about going to places repeatedly, because will the spirits get used to you and come out more? So that was the second time at Isaac Morse, but yes, even the first time I have my little baby EVP recorder, and I had it on in that back room that looks like a little living room sort of. Mm-hmm. And we were all downstairs, and all you hear is somebody walking around all over. It goes on too long to take a clip of it walking all over the place. So I highly recommend there, but it's exactly like that. You hear somebody milling around. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, we were all upstairs, and we're like, are they up? Because we were all trying to sleep and stuff. Are they up? And we're like, no. And we could hear it also. People walking around downstairs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Very active place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the great Koss, he says, boy, I was worried about now you're here. I'm okay with great guests to start out with, Karen and Bob.
Excellent. Thank you.
What's going on?
Absolutely agree.
Yeah. We love you, Greg. Good to see you.
Yes. I hope you're feeling better.
All right. So let's get into some of the data. I think maybe we got a lot of links. So let's see what we got. I'm going to start off with some pictures. And I think these are kind of a group from a cemetery, maybe, it looks like. And it's very
Hill, Plymouth.
Okay.
Here we go. And yeah, you can tell us about what's going on.
This is Burial Hill in Plymouth, Massachusetts. And all night, it was pitch black out. I had a Canon T7 at this time, a T7i, and I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just standing there holding the shutter open, indefinitely, and but not moving a muscle. And you couldn't see your hand in front of you. And I didn't know I caught anything until upon review,
Mm-hmm.
Let me move over to the next slide.
But a real creepy cemetery and right in the middle of Plymouth, Massachusetts.
Yeah, these are pretty wild. I mean, if you have a long exposure time, you can get light traces, but that doesn't really happen too much in modern photography. Actually, a little tidbit I'll share with you guys. I was reading an article today. It was titled, Why Were People So Serious Looking and Never Smiling in Old Photos? And that's because it took so long for the exposure for the camera to snap the picture that people would pose for photos, and it could take up to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And this is going back to like the 1820s.
That makes sense. Wow.
For the exposure to take to the film that they had in those days. So they would be standing there and trying to be still, and you can't really smile for, 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well,
Then I think it got knocked down to like 20 seconds by the turn of the century, but even that's a long time. So when you see old photographs and people look very stern or just kind of awkward, that's why.
What's strange with this one, Chris, is if you look, there was like mist in the background of that photograph as well, which we didn't see. Well, you couldn't see because it was pitch black, I suppose. But
oh yeah, there is a mist. I do see that.
Yeah, you can see that there, and it's coming right out of the trees, which was pretty crazy, But it was only in certain spots. It wasn't like it was everywhere,
And this next one is very bright. So what is going on here? Is this also
It's the same thing. Like, it's from my end, I couldn't see a thing in front of me. Just pitch black the whole time. And I would just pick a direction and then just hold my shutter open and like count to 10 and then take a photograph, but I'd hold the shutter open for like 10 seconds or something.
Okay. So that's weird. Did you see any of this like in real time?
No.
anything.
Nope. We've been there a few times, and we had a few strange experiences there. But that night, we heard some things on the stairs. There's a big set of stairs. It's a beautiful, beautiful graveyard, and the graves go back to like the early 1600s. It's real old. But
excellent.
Really cool.
All right, let's move on. Sorry, like I said, I'm all awkward with the controls tonight because we haven't done this in a while. Here we go. It's another one.
Cool photo, look, looks like a guy. Looks like Gandalf or something,
Yeah. That is cool. And you can see it's like replicated through the shot.
Yep. And that's Billy. My old partner, Bill Maskell. Great guy.
I was trying to figure out like what this could be to begin with.
They had little, there'd be like little, at a grave, there'd be like a flag, and there might be like two little lights attached to the flag or something. And that's the only thing I could think of. I just thought it was strange that it was moving. I could see again, like I started playing on with cameras, and like you could stand like in a road, for example, and just do the same thing, not move, hold your shutter open. And when a car would pass you, you would see those really long lights, you know what I mean? And you're just capturing by holding the shutter open. It's almost like a video, you know. But with this, everything is sharp. If you look on the photograph, Billy is sharp. The gravestones are sharp. I couldn't explain it, and that's why I added this in, you know.
Greg had a question. He asked if you're using a tripod.
No, just handheld, Greg.
All right. Yeah, that is a crazy cool picture.
Awesome picture.
Like here. There we go.
And there's another one. If you see the little like dashes and the orange light that's right up in the front there, I had read someplace about this place in New York, and they were saying that if you saw the dashes like that, that it was actually some sort of spirit. I don't know.
I've never seen dashes like that. They look like LED strings.
Yeah, they do.
You know,
exactly.
an LED string on our porch, and you know, it looks a lot like that. You know,
and again, you can see everything's pretty sharp. Right in the center and the background, there is like some crazy stuff going on there. Like I'd blown it up and looked at it, and I don't know what the heck that is, but the whole area there is just wicked, freaky. And we were there in the middle of the day.
Stuff like that. That's it. It can't be bugs.
We were there in the middle of the day, and there was this guy right to the left of us. Billy and I both saw him. And when I take videos, I'll stand still and I turn my hip to the far left, and I'll shoot from left to right. And I always do it the same way. That way, on review, I know what I'm looking at, if that makes any sense to you. But so we had done that, and I had panned from left to right, and we were getting all these crazy hits on the K2 meter. And we're up in the middle of this graveyard. There's no electricity up there at all. There's no reason for the K2 to be freaking out like it was, you know? So anyway, there's this guy to the left of us, this huge dude. He had to be like 6'8" or something. And he's bending down, like tending to this grave. So I panned around, and then when I came back, he's gone. And it was the matter of like 20 seconds or so for me just to, the pan my hip around, pan back, and he was nowhere to be seen. And Billy looked at me, and I looked at him, and I'm like, where's the guy? And that was in broad daylight. And to this day, I have no explanation for that. I think it was a spirit right then, you know?
Yeah, it may have been.
I have photos of it. I didn't add it this time. I'm sorry, but
I see a little bit of the mist. But what I think is interesting about this, besides the pattern of the dots, is that if it was just a light source and somehow the exposure was too long, you moved the camera, it would create a streak. They would all be consistent, right? Everything you would see would
it's going every which way. I know,
right? And this is like a swirl, and they're all different. There's
and if you look in the upper left-hand corner of the frame, Chris, you can see all kinds of different lights on the very top. Yeah, right up in there.
Yeah,
that's crazy stuff going on up there.
Yeah, exactly. And there's these circles in the back.
Yeah. I have no idea.
It looks like it's almost like a street away, and there's like perfect circles back there.
Yeah,
here too. So no, that's a super
loop-de-loos up front. Yeah, it's just crazy.
I saw what you did there, Bill Metz.
Oh my God, so funny. I was like, whoa. yes, it is. Anyway,
question from George.
Yes.
Have you ever tried film, not video, but film, like actual physical film instead of digital? I think you mean.
No, I don't own a film camera. No, sadly.
Yes, another one.
I do see that.
I think there's an advantage to that. I heard with audio too. I heard audio, something about how the magnetic of the film, there's something to do with it being magnetic, that the audio is captured better.
Yeah, and it's a natural hiss. I've got a cassette player. It might even be within reach of it. Let me show
in the fall, George.
This here I got on Amazon, and I really can't recommend it. It's by Riptunes cassette player recorder, and I'll hold up the box and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
This is like an old school type cassette recorder.
Yeah.
And it was only like $20, so it wasn't a lot. The main advantage is it has a USB on it, so you can record cassette tapes. And I bought cassette tapes, and they went up since the 80s. They cost more now, like everything else.
We're showing our age. Great.
Right. And you can, get the recording to your computer from the USB that's built in.
Oh, sweet.
And I was like, well, that's brilliant, but it doesn't work right.
It's not the
It
same.
doesn't work. I can't get anything off of it. It worked like for one recording, and then none of the other ones worked. So I stopped using it.
I think Brookstone sells one of those too. I don't know if it's the same, or no, Hamaka Schlemmer, I think. I don't know if it's the same brand. It's probably made by the same people. So who knows? Might not work any better. Or that could be the El Cheapo version. Who knows?
Yeah.
I thought about getting one of those because I'm too cheap to replace my cassettes, a million of them that I can't put in my car anymore.
You still got them. That's good. At least you have yours. I used to have like little suitcases full of cassettes.
Yeah, we were talking about this last
bands.
night as well, too. But
oh my
yeah.
God. I don't know what
We had suitcases. Yeah, you try to drive the car while you're trying to open up the little briefcase that it comes in. You got like 60 tapes in there, And
I had like a two-sided one, so you could open up one side and then the other.
Yeah,
and it really did look like a suitcase. It was huge. I had that on the passenger seat, fiddling and driving with my knee to find
oh my God,
my Metallica cassette, right? The Lightning or something.
Rush.
Yeah, some Rush. So
Boston.
let me move on to another picture. These are great though. I really like these.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's going on here?
This is at the Farnsworth House in Gettysburg. And this is the Sarah Black room. I'm standing in the Sarah Black bedroom shooting into the bathroom. And this was originally Jeremy. He has his own room down the hall from here. That's his bedroom. It's like they've got them marked on all the doors, But this is on the second floor above the restaurant and the bar and everything. And if you look in the top left right there, you're zooming in on it. It looks like Elvis almost. You can see that's awesome. You can see the eyes. It looks like he's got glasses on, the hair, the shoulders are black. And then he kind of just stops at the waist. After the waist, there's nothing. And there's a couple of photos. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? And the crazy thing was I had this FLIR thermal camera. I've given it to Karen. Karen has it now. And I was looking through the FLIR from the bedroom, the Sarah Black bedroom, into the bathroom, and I could see him at the window. But if I pulled the thermal down and I didn't look through it, I couldn't see anything at all. I could see the window, but I couldn't see anybody standing there or anything. I'd put the thermal back up and I could see him standing there at the window. Put it down, couldn't see him. And we all went over and looked while I held the camera and was saying, yeah, we all saw it. It wasn't just me, I know Justin saw it and Billy saw it, and I'm pretty sure Kathy saw it as well,
And George asked if this was a digital camera, and I think, because it's a thermal, right?
Well, it's just it's a FLIR thermal. I got it on Amazon. It was like $500. It wasn't the best, thermal camera out there, but it was a decent, cheap one,
It's good that you can get one for $500 anymore.
Yeah.
Get in one.
Oh, you can spend a lot of money. Now, this is downstairs in the basement, and there's two photos of this. That FLIR camera that I just told you about, this is in the Farnsworth house as well. We're down in the basement, and this is William, supposedly, and it's a Civil War soldier. And if you look, you can see up on the very top in the center, the black line running across the top of the screen there. That would be his cap. Oops, nope. Go to the right, Chris, and then
Oh,
back out just a bit. Right there. That's good. You can see his cap right up here on the top.
Here?
And then you see like the eye, you see the bridge of the nose, really good. The lips are almost perfect. See them? And then you see his chin, and you can see the hair, like his goatee.
I see a lot of stuff. On
Oh
this
yeah,
one.
I see a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, I see like a
You
goblin.
have to look at the whole frame from top to bottom,
Mhm.
and his head is tilted slightly to the side. And to me, it's really obvious, you know.
Wow.
I can see the one eye is shadowed in right above where your clicker is there. Yep, right there, Chris. That's the eye. Right to your right is the nose. Right there is the nose.
Yeah, okay, all right. I see
There's
it.
the
Like
lips.
here.
Right down below there is the beard, you know. And if you go up above the eye, you'll see the rim of the hat, like the Civil War hat.
Okay.
And thermal, when you see the thermal, it brings it out a lot more. The thermal camera had two settings, black and white and color.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was just in processing it. So
What?
a lot of times I did too. I don't know what that is in the background there. I think that's you put your hand on that rail to go upstairs. That was the stairs right there, and that was just the landing, and that was the big ball of a wooden thing that you'd put your
the
hand.
newel post. Okay.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Karen.
Wow. I don't know. You got some shit going on in that. All right. Move on to,
See, there you go. Now, to me, that pops out a lot better now.
Yeah, with the coloring. Yes.
Yeah, you can see the hat a lot better. You see the eye, the nose, the lips. Yeah.
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 Yeah. No,
And
that's
that's right in front of my face. That's what's so scary about that. And I never saw anything, you know?
I see Mr. Howard Peachy out there.
Yes. Hello,
Hello, Howard.
there, handsome.
How you
Hey,
doing?
Howard.
Good to see you. Anne Marie Young says, this is awesome. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So there's the thermal version. Let's go over. See, I don't know how many more
Okay.
till we get into video, but all right. So this is the attic, I believe, right?
This is the attic. And where I don't know if you can go out anymore. Like back that out. Okay, but up on the left, like I have one of these in my bathroom, in a photograph. And up on the left, you could see where I have the circle there. And if you look there, you see a shadow. It looks like a head, a shoulder, like somebody's standing to the side, and you see up top the shoulder, and then the head, and it's all in black. And the black means it's cold. Everything else around it is wicked hot. It was like we were sweating up there. It was like 68 degrees outside. Inside, it was probably more like 75. And on here, up on the top left, he was 25 degrees. He, she, whatever it is. But thank you, Howard. But that was 25 degrees. That's that spirit right there, you know?
Wow. Yeah.
Keepers.
What could have caused that cold spot? Just, other than
Well, like I said, it was 68 outside, and the photo I have of it shows that up on the top right, it says like it gives you the ambient temperature outside, the ambient temperature inside, and wherever you point that the crosshairs gives you the temperature of whatever you're pointing at, you know?
Mhm.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another.
And that was another one of Jeremy at the window there. And I added that and I boxed it in and just chose a different light palette. So he stood out a little more.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Is this the face here? And
Right.
Yeah.
Cold spot.
Shoulder. That's like a shoulder there and the other shoulder. And
Wow.
then he's got no legs, He's just
You
like,
can really see it there. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the colors do a lot, for it.
But we could see this one real time with the thermal. I could.
Really?
Whereas the one down in the basement, the William that was right up in my face there, I couldn't see that at all, holding the camera up. Whereas this one, I could see, not just me, everybody that was with us, we all could see him,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Awesome.
The Farnsworth House provided us with this group of investigators. I guess they worked not strictly for the Farnsworth House, but they did all the business that for the Farnsworth House. And it was Mary Elizabeth, Olivia, and I forget Mary Elizabeth's sister's name, but there was the three of them. And they had said that, yeah, they thought that was Jeremy,
Now, when you said you saw it in real time, did it move at all?
No, it didn't. It just stayed perfectly still like that. But when I pulled the camera down, so I wasn't looking through it, it had like a 3.5-inch screen in the back. So that's what I was looking at when I said I'd pull the camera up. It wasn't like I was looking through a viewfinder. I was looking at that screen in the back, and that's what I was seeing. I'd pull the camera down, couldn't see it, pull the camera up, I'd see it. Pull the camera down, didn't see it. And it was there for about 5 minutes, but it never moved. I never saw it move at all.
And after 5 minutes, it just was gone.
Right. It was just gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
What if it was a residual?
Because we were there overnight. We rented the rooms for the night,
Oh, I think that's it for the pictures. So
Okay.
let me stop sharing that. And we'll get into some of the other links that you sent. And I'm going to get that set up. What would you say is probably the most haunted place you've been?
Where have we had? Recently, really, Isaac Morse is where we've had the most activity. But James House is pretty good. James House in New Hampshire has been pretty.
The first time we were
pretty much every time. Yeah.
The first time was wicked active. The second time, more active for you, Karen, than me personally. And that's the way it goes, But the first time, that's where we had that amen thing go on.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, that was really good.
Was just creepy. And we were outside eating, and they were playing with our cameras. You could see the cameras being jiggled, and you could hear like hands on the, like the mic on the camera. You could hear it being jostled. And very, very interesting place.
The great thing about the James House, too, is that when something like that happens, you can rule out anything like, well, there was electrical interference or something like that. Oh, you guys were supposed to go with that.
Yeah.
You have to come with us.
There's no power.
There is no power of any kind in there at all. Nothing.
So you can rule out all that with
there's no plumbing, no anything. So, anything. Yeah, you have to go outside. But it's, if you want to talk about like an unadulterated environment, that's the place. So if you get some kind of evidence of something, there's a lot you can rule out because there just isn't interference in there.
Wow.
I can't wait to go. I'm gonna go with you guys.
Yeah, I see Ron out there. Hey, Ron.
Hi, Ron.
What's going on, buddy?
Wow.
It looks like he shared a link with us.
Yes.
He says, Chris, check this out. My Ring camera caught this. Oh, yeah, we'll definitely look at that.
Definitely
Take a
peek. I haven't
peek.
talked to Ron in a really long time.
Yeah, how you doing? It's good to see you out there. Thank you. Ron was my boss, and he's a very cool guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely want to check out your video. Let me see what else we got. Okay, so I want to get to the other link. Just bear with me because again, I haven't done this in a while. I gotta share screen.
I think we should have done like a mock testing or something, like a mock one.
Right. I was gonna try to like record all these on OBS, and there's quite a few. So yeah, let's see if we can move through.
I call it IBS because it's just a pain in the ass.
I have it. OBS Studio.
Yes, Chris loves it. I'm like, ugh.
I
like it too.
I'm not very techie, so
there we go. That looks pretty good. Let me start it now. I'm just going to warn the audience. It is looped. And this clip actually kind of freaked me out because I was like, oh, wait, it's the paranormal thing. You'll see Bob going up the stairs. And then because it's looped, he's going to come back through the door. And
yeah.
How did he do that? Did he drop through a trap door?
This is the Isaac Morris, right? House?
Yeah, this is Isaac.
Yep. This is the one where you catch a shadow in the doorway. Oop, there it was.
Not fast. Even if you watch the door frame on the right, you can see the shadow past that white. Yes, right there. You'll catch
Really
the
fast.
black past that white real quick, but you'll see it. Right when I'm just about halfway up the stairs. You boogie along for an old guy. There it goes.
Yeah.
And there's
That's
no
it?
explanation. You guys know we had all the shades down, so
Mhm.
that's not a car going by, which doesn't make sense anyway. If it was a car going by, it'd get
Like-
bright than
Right.
dark. So yeah, and then I don't know if you have the frame by frame, but
It
if
should
you
be
have
next in line.
yeah,
that's
then you
one.
really see it.
I'm setting that up now.
So it's on the right-hand side for everybody in the audience.
Yeah.
And it's split second. You can see it.
The
You know-
camera is sitting on a high chair, if you guys remember, right
yeah.
in that doorway, right to the left,
It's gonna
tucked
be-
just behind that doorway. And
Yes.
it's right on that high chair tray aiming up the stairs.
And that's kind of where we would hear people and shuffling and everything all night. Was
That's
kind
right.
of down in that area.
In that corner.
Well, there
Yeah,
was a
like right at the
display
bottom of the
cabinet right
stairs.
behind the camera that you can't see, right? Well, you can kind of see the very right of the corner of the display cabinet on the very far right. So I think somebody came around between that display cabinet and that fireplace frame there. They came from that way and came towards the camera, then took a hard left and went into the back of that room, is what I think happened. And we just caught the shadow of them because it's just so fast. But you can obviously see it blocks out that door frame completely and that fireplace frame completely for a moment there. So something obviously was in between the camera and the door frame for that to happen.
It's a good catch because it happens really fast, and that's
Yep.
why we got it slowed down here.
Frame by
You know,
frame.
you could blink it and miss it, but you definitely see it gets darker. A shadow does seem to pass right over the camera, right in front of between the camera and that door frame.
Yeah, like right here, you'll see it.
But that is the area. Like I would be standing on the landing and think somebody was down at the bottom of the stairs, like shuffling around.
there,
And
look
hear
at
that
that.
sort of like
See that?
like conversation, and that's where it always seemed to be.
Yeah, there's no way that was a car. I would have, like you said, Karen would have had the lights. This is
Get
something
bright for yeah, right.
that is so weird.
And it's not light that's being shown in there; it's
Right.
shadow. It's the absence of light.
Yep.
So it wouldn't be a car light or something. you know?
Nope.
Exactly. Bob, you're so slow going up those stairs.
This is what happens at 3 in the morning.
Fabulous shuffle is what I'm doing. There, look at that right there.
Yeah.
Full
Yeah.
fireplace frame.
Yep.
And like I said, it's just so fast, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. All right. Let me set up the next one.
So do you guys
We're in the next one, I think.
have anything planned? Any investigations planned?
We're going to what? The Green house?
In your neck of the woods, on the
the Paint
25th,
House.
I think.
Yeah. Have you been there?
I have, yeah. Paint House is pretty cool.
I've never been there. Karen, you've been there once, right?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
I didn't go.
Okay.
I've never been either. We should
Yeah, that's
check
Ah.
that.
yeah.
We should go.
We're kind of saving for Florida. If Bill and Lynn are still out there,
That's right.
We're
We're going
going
to
to-
save our money. We're going to go to Daytona In July,
My
and
mom-
it's going to be really hot. But Kristen's mom's down there. We're going to visit and go to the beach, and we're staying on the beach, and it's going to be pretty fun.
that's
cool.
awesome.
Our hotel is a little old, so maybe there's some ghosts in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we actually saw a
We
pretty
saw-
good ghost video. I meant to show that tonight. Maybe we'll show that on the next show.
Okay.
It was from a few years ago,
Yeah.
and it was on the local news in Daytona.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube, and it was pretty good apparition video. But let me see if I can bring this up. Make it full screen again. Thanks for bearing with us, guys.
Yes,
Well,
thank you. It's
sort out the controls.
You know, blame it on the aurora. There's all that magnetic stuff going on. There you go. That's what it is.
it's so awesome that we actually can see it around here and Florida of all places.
Right.
You know, it never drops down past like, Canada.
Of course, it's been cloudy here, so
Yeah.
you haven't been able to.
You can only see a
appreciate
little
it.
bit.
Out the window. I don't see it out my window, so
And we got tonight and tomorrow night, I believe.
Awesome. Yeah, that's
go out later on tonight and look, but
I think I went out at what?
I think it's too bright where I am, though. You know,
that could be light pollution. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it when I was in my teens up in Maine, and it was beautiful. But you could see.
So can you tell me my cat's?
Sorry, Bob. Go ahead.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you saw it in Maine.
Yeah.
That's cool. I've never seen one. I've always seen the pictures, and I would love to see it. So I don't know. We'll take a look later if it clears up at all. All right. So I'm going to play this. This is all of us at Isaac Moore's house.
Name. So can you tell me my cat's name? Zadie.
Bob's cat's name is Sadie, and you hear Sadie clearly in this clip. The radio comes back with it, or spirit box. We'll play it one more time.
So can you tell me my cat's name? So can you tell me my cat's name?
That's awesome.
That is cool.
I was having a conversation with this Get Haunted. I forget what group I was talking to, but it was about this very video. And I was asking the question that me and Karen were discussing, if like, how would a spirit in the Isaac Morse house in Winstonton know my cat's name in Braintree? And unless I was thinking I had brought like a spirit with me is what I was thinking. But their explanation was a lot more, maybe made a lot more sense, was that they were just reading me. Like the spirits could read my mind, I guess, my thoughts, that, I mean, even though I asked the question and I'd never said Sadie, but they could read it in my, that was their explanation. Anyway,
Right.
I thought it was interesting.
It's kind of deep too, right? Because it is like, a lot of times we get our names back.
All the,
and
yeah.
a lot of audio clips of that where they say, hey, Chris, hey, Kristen.
Yeah. It's like, how do
that
you know?
sort of thing. Like, how do they know? Are they reading it from us? Or is it like some part of our subconscious projecting it out and actually creating the change in our reality?
Could be that. I mean, that's
you're just projecting the thought. I mean, my theory. Everywhere we go, I don't hear my name, but everywhere we go, somebody says Bob at some point.
I
think he's got something
since we
protecting
started.
him and going with him, and that's why they knew his cat's name. That's my
heard it
theory.
In our recording, when I was listening today, I went back and I was listening to some of our data from that. I did hear your name, Bob.
Well, I sent you two different ones from two different Isaac Morse house things on video where you hear Bob, or something like that, It's a Conjuring house, and you hear it. There's a real, and I supplied that as well, and that's a real creepy one.
Yeah, Conjuring House is cool.
Cool and creepy. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Lynn says they tap into the collective consciousness.
Yes. And that was their explanation there, Lynn, was just that. That was how they could come up with my cat's name.
That's how they read, she says. Judge says, yeah, you were thinking about the name. Yeah, so you're kind of putting it out there.
I guess.
We can't hear it. Our senses don't catch it, but they seem to. So that's very cool. The next one, I believe, is Karen, and it's an EVP you've caught. There's a little background noise here. You can hear us in the other room, but I do hear this. I listened to this before, and it is right there. It kind of says okay after you say okay. Is that right?
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
I think
No,
so.
go ahead, Karen.
I have to hear it. I don't remember.
It's this one here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think it's about, maybe 9 p.m. I'm not sure. Hold on here. This is crooked. Sorry. Motion sickness. Yes. Okay, I think that's as good as it's gonna
Okay. Okay.
This is Luke, too. It's going to come back.
Okay, I think that's as good as it's gonna
Yeah, I hear it. Don't you hate seeing yourself?
Okay, I think that's as good as it's gonna
Yeah, right there. Is that the okay? I hear cat.
I hear cat, and then I hear it's a cat, which is weird, But
well, what's weird is if that's a cat, and if you look right to the right, there's the fireplace where I thought I saw the cat right behind Chris's.
I was just going to say
later
that,
on in the night.
Yeah, that actually goes with the cat. Actually, Bob
Right.
had actually.
I never picked. I thought she was saying okay, but maybe it's a cat.
Cat. It says cat. It's a cat.
Okay.
That's what I hear. But
okay.
Wow, that is a really good capture, and then it makes sense with what Bob saw. Wow.
Yeah, you didn't even know that, Karen. The three of us were downstairs. No. You were asleep, and Chris and Christian were over right where that fireplace is, or Chris was up against the wall and over here on the left, and Chris was over here. But I saw a cat, like a shadow of a cat, dart down by his ankles, and I went back to look at it for video, and I couldn't find it. The camera angle was wrong. I couldn't get down that low. Never saw it, but now with that,
looking at me, and you're like, something just ran by your legs.
I'm like, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was sleeping. There we go.
It always happens.
Oh, this is a different one. Okay. Let me switch over to this.
That's the first time I heard that too. I didn't hear that earlier. I wasn't in the room. And yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I got to listen to that one back because I didn't think it said that. I didn't think it said that. Isn't that funny?
Since I was in the hospital, I've been seeing those little black shadows everywhere, Really?
Interesting.
Yeah, weird.
Oh, Ann says when it plays the audio caption that comes up says it's a cat.
Interesting.
Oh, wow. Really?
So and funny enough, I use that sometimes when I can't understand what's going on. I'll put the caption on for that reason,
Wow. We do the same thing. That's wicked funny. She had that up. Excellent to know. That's awesome.
All right. And here's another one. And I see you're in this one, Bob. So play this.
Oh, this is my name. Yep.
Oh, your name. Okay.
This is really cool. Yeah, just as I'm going through the door, you hear,
That's what we always hear is that throaty
yeah,
cough. It
yeah,
always sounds like that.
yep. And this is the one with you guys. So this would be
Right there.
there it is right
Yeah.
there. The most recent one, but we were back there in January, and I caught one as well, and I
Mhm.
sent you that one as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, nobody ever says my name. Why is that?
Now that you say that, I bet when we go out and when you go out,
Exactly.
Now
It'll
it'll
be
happen.
Karen from now on.
Yeah. they'll just
They'll go, can I speak to the manager?
yeah. It's been 6 months, Joshua. Yes, and we've been on hiatus and needed a break, but we're back. Yes, and it's great to see you as well.
Pause. Do full screen and I'll share. Too many tabs open. That's one thing I shouldn't do. All right. What's going on here?
So this one, Isaac Morris again. You can see that door. Oh, see it opening now?
Oh, yeah.
That door opened for no reason. There are people in that room from, I have to say, New England Spooky Adventures. Great group of people. We wouldn't get to go to half the places that we do without them. But that door, you can, if you have a headset on, I don't know if you guys can hear it. You hear the latch click and then the door opens. Nobody in the room notices that happens.
They don't even
And there's no reason for it because you can just push that door. It's actually not even engaged at all.
Right. We went and tried to look at this and debunk it when we were all there.
Yeah.
And I can't believe they did not hear that nor even know or see it.
But now that's the spot that you were in yelling, wasn't it?
Yes.
So
you have the story with that.
So nobody else knows the story, but you were up there. We were in the next room, maybe it might be 15 feet, and you were yelling for us, and we couldn't hear you in that spot. If somebody's got a theory about that, throw it out there because we don't know what that is.
None of us heard.
None of them heard me. I was standing about right where in between the bed and where the guy is, and I'm like, hello, because I was trying to ask for something. Hello, and none of them, all three of them, could not hear me. So Karen had said it's like a being in a vacuum, and that's perfect. I think that's
we were in the next room, so you can't see because of the way the camera is angled, kind of where the camera is. There's another door, and the three of us were in the next room, and the door's wide open, and Kristen's over there by this door that you see on the camera that opened mysteriously. And I think it was January you went. Before
yes, this is January, right?
And she was like calling us. We couldn't even hear her, and we should have been able to.
Of course,
the physics doesn't work.
And I started to scream, hello. Nothing.
And if you see this,
what's really interesting
opens and nobody reacts to it in any way. No.
In the very beginning of this video, you can hear in the audio, if you really listen, like where you were going to get your coffee out there, Chris.
Yes.
Kristen, remember the little coffee maker they had out there? There's like the mirror or the units up against the wall.
Yes.
So if you listen right in the very beginning, it sounds like someone is walking across there, and you hear that unit like almost like hitting the wall. Like,
wow.
Yeah, like buckling, like where the top unit is connected to the bottom part.
Mhm.
So if you can. I don't know if you were able to hear it or not.
I couldn't hear it. No.
It's a little hard. Probably the audience will have it. So,
See it? It's right there. Boom,
That's
boom,
the
boom.
knocking. It sounds like that's what I thought, like the knocking.
Yes, but that would be that
Okay.
against the wall that's hitting when someone's walking
Gotcha.
across the floor.
Oh wow.
And that's what I was referring to, that bump, 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 that knocking.
Yeah.
And you hear that right before the door opens,
Wow.
And when the people who were in that room saw that video, they were stunned. They had no idea that door even did that.
I
And
bet.
they're all awake.
I
They're
bet.
all awake.
How could you not?
It's just wild.
Liz wasn't. Liz was sleeping, I guess, but her Jay and his son were awake. Yeah.
The
They
thing
were
is,
all
they're right
on their
there.
phones.
you can
Yeah.
hear the latch. So
Yeah.
like, do that. It
Yeah.
had that happen at my house. It was kind of
Yeah.
creepy, but yeah, you can hear the latch. And for her to be right there next to the door and not hear that latch, and or
Yeah.
it's so weird.
yeah, the camera picked it
Like
up
they're
though.
just like they're on the
And
And
it-
there's
Oh,
another group
no,
that's
la-
on YouTube. I think if you look up Isaac Morris Investigations, and I cannot remember the name of the group, but they tell a story that's exactly what happened to them when they
Oh,
were in
two
there.
girls,
That they
yeah.
hear the latch and the door opens.
wow.
And yeah. So that's interesting to have that corroboration that also happened
Absolutely.
to someone else.
Josh says it's not a pleasant spirit, and they apparently don't like Christmas or the human experience. They angry.
Probably.
Yeah, wait a minute. I don't know. The place had a pretty cool vibe to it, though. I didn't feel like
I was going to say it didn't feel like an angry kind of place.
I felt a little. Now, I tried to spend the night in that furthest, what we thought was Michael's bedroom there, Karen. And I was only in there like a half an hour. And I could hear like people running up and down the steps that go right down to the kitchen there. And I'm like, the hell with this. I'm out of there. And I got up, put my shoes back on, and I went back into that middle bedroom and went to sleep, just so that I put some space, between me and that back hallway and that attic. It was freaking me out,
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I didn't have a creepy vibe all night other than that. But
Here's another video of the same room, and obviously the same night. They've got the Christmas tree, which wasn't up in March.
Right.
It was just after Christmas when you guys were there in January. I'm going to play this.
I'm not sure what's happening.
this is when we were there with you guys.
Right there.
So I hear a voice in there.
Yeah.
Is that what you're looping? Is the voice? And do you know what it says?
Bob.
It is Bob.
Like
Okay.
a whispery Bob.
Yeah.
Oh, let me try to listen for that again.
Right there.
Right.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And that's not that throaty, deep one that I normally hear. This is a different one.
Maybe he was tired. Tired of calling your name.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Hey, Linda Judd.
Hey,
Hello.
Linda.
There you are. Good to see you. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys at home, depending on what kind of device you're watching the show on, you may or may not have heard that, but with the headphones, we clearly hear that. Bob.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Let me set up the next one. We got a lot of cool stuff to get to.
So the next time you guys come on, Karen has a really, really good EVP of someone coming up the stairs and it being cold, and you can hear on her. They walk up the stairs and you hear this, like they're cold. And it is the coolest clip like I've ever heard.
It's so loud.
It
Yeah.
is, but we didn't get to it, so they have to come back on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And what's cool is I actually heard it in real time. It's not an EVP that you hear later. I actually heard it.
Hi, Linda.
Yeah. It was awesome.
All right. I'm going to start this one.
So awesome that it creeped me out so much. I was downstairs later on and I was looking for something and I hear walking down these stairs that nobody usually uses. It's the same stairs that Karen had caught that and heard it and stuff. And I can't imagine the look on my face because the door opens and it's Karen. And she must have saw the look on my face. She goes, "No, it's only me." So funny. I'm like, all right. That really was crazy, creeped me out.
That's right. I forgot about that.
It was awesome.
Oh, I know what this is. Is this the singing, Bob?
Yes, right between that first spike and the second big spike, the little girl's singing. Right there.
Might have to turn it up a little, but it's there.
I turn it up too.
Yeah.
How's that?
But right now.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
So that was in a really old house that a friend of mine volunteers at, and there's a lot of volunteers there, and they were afraid to be spending time there. They didn't want to be alone there. It was like they were done for the day. They left. Some of them didn't even like to be there during the daytime. So we went in there and just set up cameras, tried to communicate with whatever was in there. And in that room, I mean, it was completely unexpected to get this little girl singing just la, 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 if you listen to it. And it's like really sweet. And, when people listen to it later,
Takes the spook out of spooky.
Instead they were like, oh, okay, well, it's weird, but it's not scary. It's not something bad. So, but that was really cool. A little girl singing.
It is. It's really sweet. It's a great clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And what's going on in this clip?
Oh, this is a good one. This is a catch and a half. Bob, do you want to talk about?
Go for it, Karen.
Okay, so this is next door to the Isaac Morse house. This is the Murdoch Whitney house. And this is the second floor of the Murdoch Whitney house, looking straight down a hallway. And you can see there's sort of a little bit of light sort of bouncing off of a door frame. That's the area you want to look in. You'll see a shadow start forming and like a head and an elbow start coming out of that door frame and like looking into the hall. Creepy. And there is nothing there. That was like a storage room or something like that. Nobody was there. You hear people talking and they're all down at the end where the camera is. So nobody was in that hall. Every time I see this video, it freaks me out.
Me too.
Yeah, this was creepy.
Right behind this couch is the stairs that go downstairs. And what you're hearing is everybody's downstairs eating, I believe. I think we're all downstairs on dinner break or something when we captured this. But yeah.
All right. I'll play it.
I don't want to look.
I think it's so cool.
We can zoom in on that.
Yeah.
I can't see.
Gosh.
Jesse really loved all your butterflies. You get to go through all of them here. I got creeped out by all the dang moths. You too?
There's the head. There's the elbow
She
breaking
used
the
to
plane.
kiss gypsy moths. Oh, gross.
Little feet on the come.
Why? Yeah,
See where your mouse is at there? My mouse, whatever. The mouse pointer. Pointing at that right there. That thing of light. Look right to the left of it. Between those two things of light. And you'll see the head pop out. And then right where the lighted wall.
Jesse really loved all your butterflies.
You'll see halfway up. You'll see an elbow.
I got creeped out by all the dang
And then if you
moths.
look down on the floor, when you see the elbow, you'll see the foot pop out from that corner there as well.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I think StreamYard, it was kind of cutting you off. Like it picks a person to focus on, and it's taking the noise in the video as the primary person. So maybe you want to say that again. It's going to be right about
There.
here.
Yep.
And
Well, yes, up a little more, Chris. Right where that light is. See the light on that right there, right there, perfectly. That's right where the head's gonna appear. And then right to the left of there, where you see the line running down where it's dark, right there, you're gonna see right there, you're gonna see an elbow, like you'll see a V poke out, like someone. And then when you see the elbow poke out, you look back up where that first light is, and you'll see the head stick out there. And then you can actually even catch some feet down on the floor, right where that reflection is there now of shadow.
Yeah, Linda, you're right. A small figure in the doorway. If you're at home and you can open it up full screen, you probably have a good chance of seeing it. But these are also up on Real Deal Paranormal and our page too, right, Bob? The Tempest page.
Yeah, I was just saying that this is the full screen for us.
So
For you, yeah.
The frame of it is your app that you're playing the video in.
Right.
So to zoom in, it's harder for us to zoom in.
So unfortunately, I can't zoom. But
right.
We're going to play it a couple of times. I turned the volume
And then
down
you
on
can
it.
say after again where
good.
they can see it.
Now everybody should be able to hear you guys telling us where it is and what to look for. And it's going to be right in this door frame.
Mm-hmm.
There.
It's hard for me to see.
Yeah.
It's about halfway through of it when you really see it well.
Yeah, if you watch it close, it's not all at once. It kind of
it's already
moved. It does it twice, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see it sort of like you can see it sort of form and then peek out and come back and go back out. Yeah, I'm having a hard time seeing it here because I can't make it full screen either.
It moved. I just saw it move.
Well, I know exactly what I'm looking at, so I can see it, but it is hard to see it. You can go on, Chris. It's no big deal.
All right. I like that video a lot.
Yeah, we do.
I want to tell everybody where they can see that stuff itself as well. So let me take that off there. And this is on your Tempest page, which is the Eastern Massachusetts Paranormal Investigative Services Team, or TEMPIST, or the IST.
I didn't come up with that. Just
it's a lot.
Yeah. That was Billy's thing, and that's why I kept it,
Sure. Yeah. No, we understand. You also post a lot of data on the Real Deal Paranormal page.
Yep.
So either of those on Facebook? Do you have any YouTube pages going?
I'm going to start one, but no, I don't. I have my own private one, but I'm going to start one for Tempest shortly. I've been just waiting till we had collected a lot of good videos so I could really, add a lot of content at once instead of I wanted something to show before I started one. So
Yeah, Linda saw it.
Yeah.
I think Josh saw it too.
It's definitely something.
Yeah, when we definitely see it because we've got this on a pretty big screen. It'd be worthwhile to maybe go back to that video and see. I don't know if we can do it with OBS, like record it and then like I'm gonna zoom on just that doorway and
all I have, and unless I want to cough up the $200, that's one of the videos that's on that is on that hard drive that died of mine.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
yeah, sucks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe you could use OBS.
Yeah, it might be worth this paying the money.
Take it off of Facebook to get it back, you know. Hey, Bright Milk. All right, let's see. Here's the next clip here. Do you want to set this one up?
This is you, Karen.
Oh, is this? Gosh, sometimes so many things happen
This
you
is
can't
the
remember.
Oliver House, Karen.
Yeah.
Right, but is
And
this the
you're
one
playing
with
with
the
the
cookies?
blocks, and you hear the child comment, and they just mimic. I find this a lot when Karen, she has like this ability to talk with child ghosts, and in this clip you hear Karen say something, and then you hear the ghost, and it's clearly a child mimic what she's saying.
I think if this is the one I remember, I had brought, this is the Oliver House in Middleborough, another really old house, pre-Revolutionary War, and it's amazingly lovingly preserved and taken care of. And this is the children's room, and they like to have snacks. So I brought them Girl Scout cookies. And so I said, hey, let's have a snack. And I put it out on the floor and I said, but put your cookie. We had I still had the box and I didn't have a little plate or anything. So I said, let's put the cookies on the box so we don't make crumbs on the carpet for your mother or whatever. And you can hear, you might need a headset. I'm not sure, but you can. Clear. You think so? You can hear a little girl say box.
All right, let me play it.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Pretty obvious.
Actually, yeah.
Is it box or blocks, maybe? Or
I think it could be either.
It could be either, you know?
Yeah.
Here we go.
It sounds like two words, like box.
Yeah.
Or the blocks. It could be the blocks, I suppose.
It could be. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
But
Wow.
you hear the and the, like.
I seem to have a way with children. They always
You do.
show up with me. You too? Yeah. I don't
No,
know.
I said you do. You do.
Oh, I do.
Yeah. You do.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm denying.
You're short. I don't think you threaten them.
I try not to be threatening, but I'm also in denial of possibly having empathic abilities. Bob swears I do. I don't know.
She definitely does.
Yeah. You do.
I'd say you do.
Absolutely.
Now, Linda mentioned we were talking about apps and OBS, and she mentioned Audacity. And to answer your question, Linda, Audacity is for audio, and I'm glad it reminded me that I have Audacity up, and a little clip from when we were all together, the four of us at the Isaac Morse house in Winchendon in March. So I'm going to bring that up, and it's right here. And what we're saying in this audio clip is we had the lights down, and I think, Bob, you suggested maybe turn the light on, and we're kind of like saying no, but there's another voice in there that says no, and that isn't us. That's kind of, it was kind of cool. Let me play that. Hopefully it comes through all right.
Quiet. It feels quiet.
I can turn the light back on if you want. I mean,
No, I'm just
Hey
saying.
there.
Just,
No, no.
No.
It feels quiet.
I can turn the light back on if you want. I mean,
no, I'm just saying. Just,
yeah,
yeah, it just feels.
So that's weird. No, okay.
Yeah, I don't want the lights back on. All right, if you say
Okay,
so.
like another
Your
cat.
house.
No.
No, that's great.
So that's pretty cool. I get some other audio captures, but we're kind of still parsing some of that out. Let me go back to the other links you sent. One moment. This is from the James house. The next one, it's in New Hampshire. What town is that in?
Hampton.
Hampton, New Hampshire. Yeah, we were going to go with you guys to this one. Can go.
Yep.
Let me make it full screen and I'll get it up here in the StreamYard. All right. And this is
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day
Amen.
our
Right
bread.
there.
Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Lead us not.
you guys
So
hear
deep.
that?
That's the-
Amen.
Amen. It's the throaty voice.
Right,
Yeah.
right after Bob says amen, you hear the voice go amen, and I'll play that again. I'm going to turn it up a little bit.
Amen.
That is wild.
It is.
I love that.
And that's the same voice that I always hear, Bob. That same throaty, you know?
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
maybe there is a spirit that, you know, watches out for you and goes with you everywhere.
Yeah.
That-
Joshua says a motherly figure, an entity is trying to latch.
Yes, that was with the other
To her.
clip, and he was saying that they are not your friend, and
About the Oliver house. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the amen as well. So
yeah,
Yeah. That's creepy.
it's a great
it
clip.
is, and it's quite clear.
Yes.
I've heard that one before, and the first time I heard it, I was like, what? Let's see. All right, that's James' house. And okay, Conjuring House. Everybody likes the Conjuring House. Most folks are familiar with it. And let me make this full screen. When were you guys at the Conjuring House?
Oh, that was quite a while
January
ago.
1st, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
probably.
Maybe more. Maybe 2019. I don't know.
I think it was like 2020.
Okay.
I think it was. Yeah. Oh, don't quote me on that.
Now, what are we going to see here?
I think this is another Bob.
Okay, we're going to hear that. Okay.
I think so.
Right on. All right.
How
Was
about
that it?
That
Huh?
one wicked clear.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
wow. It's like class A material right there.
I get another one from another voice upstairs. It's not that voice. It's that deep throaty one again. And
Yeah.
I get that upstairs. It goes, and I gave you that. I sent that clip to you, Chris. It goes, Satan. And then it goes, Bob. Right afterwards. Real creepy.
Kind of like
You
that.
tell me fuck off and another one in here too.
Oh yeah, we've got a couple of those.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
yeah, Joshua
Yeah.
did.
Yep. I got one like that there.
They like to play around and pretend, and stuff. And we think that too. We think, they have sense of humor and stuff. So
I think I Can See You is on there too, Karen, somewhere.
Oh, really? That was amazing. So
I'm
we'll
gonna
see if
this
that's
one
there.
again because that is just so clear. Is it just looped, Bob?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna rewind it right here.
I'm just gonna start calling him Bob.
Let me turn it up.
That's insane.
I can hear it breathing too.
Yeah.
I know. Wow. I don't think I ever heard that one, Bob. Oh my gosh.
And
Wow.
like nobody was around.
No. I think at that point, actually, people were sleeping.
So
Weren't they? You and I were
started the
upstairs.
night out, and we were going upstairs, Karen, and we were just chucking through that second where this is the room where it's that middle hearth, and there's that door to the right here where those lights are, goes down into the basement.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna play it one more time. Yeah, you can hear like
Yeah, there's breathing going on with that.
Yeah.
There's some kind of motion there. It's a static cam on a tripod or something, or on.
Yes.
So, yeah, because it moves. You can see that the angle of the camera changes over the course of the video, right?
Yep.
So like somebody had to move it.
Right.
Yep. Spiritual somebody.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
All right. And we agree. We think the Conjuring House is pretty unique and definitely has its share of haunts.
Absolutely. Even the outside, there's outdoors is just crazy.
When we got there, I was unloading the car, and everybody else was on the tour of the house. So they were all upstairs, and I was putting all of our gear in the kitchen where that long picnic table is in the kitchen there.
Yeah.
But I was coming in by their apartment on the left and walking through the whole house, dropping the stuff off. I go back the same route. So my second time through with gear, I come through, that cellar door is closed. I come through, go through the hallway past the second cellar door, drop the stuff in the kitchen, come back through, and everybody's upstairs. And that cellar door in that hearth room where you hear the Bob, that cellar door is wide open. I mean, wide open. And I'm like, okay, it's going to be a good night. You know?
That's cool.
That's awesome.
That's cool. All right.
Yeah.
Let me add the next one. You want to set this up? This is obviously the Conjuring House. Still?
I don't remember what this is off the top. I would have to hear a little bit of it. This might be another Bob.
This might be your Bob again.
Yeah.
The deep
Yeah.
one.
The Satan and Bob, I think.
Say that again.
Right when I say that again, you hear that breathy Bob. In the very beginning, you hear
Say that again.
It sounds like it says possibly like Burn and then Bob, which is
Wow,
pretty
it's so weird.
creepy.
If you go back to the right there.
Say that again.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And I don't think it was Satan there. I think it's some spirit just trying to be a badass.
Yeah, it's just trying to
hey, I'm Satan. You know, I can't do anything. I'm home by the time I figured this out. So you didn't scare me, you know.
Very much relate to that. We've gotten things like
we got Beelzebub and yeah.
You know,
So
they get they're playing roles, you know.
yeah, they just want to play
Well,
around.
and somebody was at the Conjuring House. A group was there the night before us, and they had not had anybody investigating for a while. So night before us were some people there, and now here we come. And I'm thinking maybe they're just like, God, here's another group of people. What can we do to get them to leave?
All right, and I think this is Andrea's room, if I'm not mistaken. Andrea Perrin's room that she grew up in. Let me head it.
Yeah, isn't that the birthing room?
This would be, I can see you, Karen, I think, if it's that other one.
Well, I think Andrea's room was at the end of the hall. That's Andrea's room.
The stairs are right. The stairs to downstairs.
That's the stairs to downstairs. Is this the one when you were leaving, Bob?
Is this one the clowns?
This one, I'm not sure what it
I
is.
forget. I would have to hear it again. It's an EVP.
Yeah.
I think I told you guys that story about playing Send in the Clowns. I thought
This was
Yes, that was right. You did that right on the stairs, the head of the stairs.
Right here.
there.
yeah.
Yes.
All right, let me play.
What was that?
You know it or something.
It sounded like
How'd you know it?
or hi Karen.
Oh, hi, Karen.
Yeah, either or. I
Is that
can't
what
read
they
it.
got from? Hi,
Yes.
That does sound like Hi Karen.
You think so?
Karen, it definitely.
I'm not sure, but I mean, there's something there for sure. And it seems like a few syllables.
Yeah, it's like 4 words.
Yeah. I thought I heard, how are you doing?
Yeah, I can hear that.
I can hear that. I can hear how
do you do or something like that.
it.
How'd you do it or something? Let me try one more
Yeah.
time. How'd you
Oh,
know?
you know what this is? You know what that's saying? It's 2 words and it's saying "fuck you."
No.
Listen, yes, it is. Listen again.
Oh, it kind of is, isn't it?
Yeah. I forgot about this.
Okay, Linda Judd said it says help me Karen.
Help me,
So,
Karen. She is.
Could be too, but I can hear the fuck you too. So
I think it's saying "fuck you." To be honest with you.
Emery Young says it's all we know.
Yep. It's all we know was the caption.
And okay, that was the caption. And that is a string of lights. Those look
Yes. Amazon special, like $6. Just if we could capture something walking in front of it.
Josh, here's what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, that's really cool.
That's awesome.
And yeah, I love the Conjuring house. Like to go back. Let me see.
Yeah, it's kind of expensive now. It was expensive then, but it's a lot
Yeah.
now.
It's a lot of Karen and I were having that conversation. It's a lot of stuff going on now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Let me bring this up. Oops, gotta make it full screen.
It's okay.
This is SK Pierce. Watch the dress that's up on the desk or the chair.
Okay.
Watch right where the neck of the dress is.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
right.
no way.
Oh,
Not a big orb guy, but that was pretty cool. It
That
came
one.
right out of the dress.
Yes, it did.
it appears to. It gets bigger as it floats out. Oh, wow.
That's
yeah,
wild. That's crazy.
let me go back. Because it does come out of the dress.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it looks like it streaks behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got little streaks, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it below the neckline of the dress. And we've got it on a pretty big screen in here.
Wow.
And it's big.
Yes.
Yeah, and it has a trail.
And it's 1080p. I mean, it shouldn't be. I could see if it was 720 or something, it would be doggy like that. But at 1080p, it should be okay, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, we all know about dust orbs and that kind of thing.
And bugs and things,
bugs
little
and-
bugs, but that does not look like that.
Yeah. And that was,
if it streaked across the whole screen,
and it's not like we caught a bunch of orbs that night. That was it, you know?
so it wasn't
Wow.
too dusty.
Oh, we caught, I'm sorry, we caught one other one. And it was coming out one door. When I walked into a room, it bolted right out and went down the hallway. And that was the other orb we caught. But that was it. 2 single orbs, you know?
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Hey, we would agree with you, not big orb people either. And but that one is pretty
Awesome.
snaz.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me set up the next one.
Comments are funny. Thanks, guys.
Off of smoke, Amory. That's so cool. It's a pretty dress.
It's a gorgeous dress.
Great orb. That's orbs.
And that's the thing with that orb is SK Pierce is so clean. It's not like there's a bunch of dust or anything anywhere.
And we had gone out of our way to ask them to shut down the heating system. It was in the fall, but there was it's central air there, and there was nothing moving. So, hey, Phil.
Yeah.
Phil says he's scared. Philip Hyatt. All right, let's get to the next one.
Hi, Philip. We've missed you.
Mercy Brown. So we're at her grave, and I wrote this song, myself and Billy, and Billy's singing it. I'm playing the guitar on it, and it's about Mercy Brown. You guys, I know you know about her, and we're at her grave in Rhode Island, in Exeter, Rhode Island.
Yeah, all right, cool. And I know the song because you had played the song for us.
And if you look at the K2 meter, there's no electricity here or anything. The K2 is pegged, but it only gets pegged when the song is being played, and we're asking for a response.
I remember you were telling us about this, but I haven't actually seen this clip yet.
Yep.
For those that don't know, Mercy Brown is one of Rhode Island's is definitely Rhode Island's most famous vampire of the tuberculosis kind. Mm-hmm. When she passed, she was one of several children that, and the wife, I forget his name, they had all died. Mercy was kept, she died during the winter in a crypt, as is, common practice in areas of the country where it gets colder in the winter and they can't dig the ground because they didn't have backhoes then. They would use shovels and dig the
ground was frozen, so they stored them into the crypt.
And her father finally had her taken out. They exhumed her. They cut out her heart and burned it. They mixed it with some oil. Because
the brother had tuberculosis.
Her younger brother had it.
So he went up to Colorado mountains, I think it was Colorado.
And he drank it.
And came back and drank he drank the mixture
the ashes of her heart. And then
they thought she was feeding on him, correct? I believe that's what they thought.
That's what they thought, because people it was very contagious. They would start, bleeding and things of that nature. So let's talk about Mercy.
One more time, Mercy. Mercy, if you're here with us, can you light that right up to the red for us so we'll know you're here and you like our song? Wow, thank you, Mercy. Is there anything that you'd like to say to us? We can record your voices. Are you listening to that? No? Is it recorded? Anything you have to say, just speak up and we'll probably be able to hear you with our devices we have. our hearts were broken when we heard your story. That's what caused me to write the song, Mercy.
So this is the only place that the K2 showed any activity at all. Was right at her grave. Everywhere else there, it was just totally dead. You know.
Do you have the ability to show yourself to us, Mercy?
I'm not a big K2 person. Out in the middle of nowhere like this.
Today, people live a lot longer, and they don't lose most of their family with disease like you folks did. It's a tragedy.
Did you have anything else happen while you were there?
No, not really.
No.
Good song, huh? It's almost like she's answering me every time I ask a question. Very.
There's quite a collection at her grave of different rocks and colored glass and that's about all that happens there, Chris. It's a long video, is all I'm saying.
All right. Yeah, to the sake of time, but you can check this out on the Tempest Facebook page, which is really cool. And the song is cool. And you played all the instruments in that, right, Bob?
No, I played just the rhythm on that one.
Just the rhythm? Oh, okay. All right. I thought you were doing all of the stuff.
No.
Pro Tools at the time. Let me stop sharing. That's very cool. It's great to have a song about Mercy Brown. Yeah, Mercy Brown is super interesting. If you guys in the audience, you don't know the story of her, Google Mercy Brown. You won't be disappointed. That's a good one. All right. Let me see what we got left. I know it's getting a little later. I think that was the last one that you had sent. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we liked it. We've enjoyed talking to you guys.
Absolutely.
And it's been a pleasure. Yes. And when are you going to the paint house again?
Next week or the week after, maybe? I think it's the week after next.
Yeah.
Do you know the date?
So we've never been, so we'll see.
I believe it's the 25th that we're going.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's 2 Saturdays. Today's the 11th.
Yeah.
The 25th. Yeah, maybe we can do that.
We could, yes.
Paint house, yeah. Yes. I like the paint house. It's pretty cool.
Never been. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, we definitely need to go out again with you guys.
The good guy is Ken hosting.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
Hosting it for you guys. Do you know?
I've never met him before.
He's a good guy. He's what the heck's his last name? I'm drawing a blank.
Ken. Oh God, why would you do that?
Put you on the spot. Yeah, he's the kind of guy you ask about the weather and learn.
Was it Costa? The Costa?
Yes, Ken Costa.
Ken
yeah.
Costa.
Thank you.
Rise Up Paranormal.
Yes.
Yep. No, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Nope, never met him.
Cody and Satori are part of their group.
Yep. Yeah, he's a great guy. You'll probably see him. So that's really cool. And where's the best place to find you guys?
Definitely on the Tempest page. So you can put up a link for that, or we'll put it up. And the Real Deal, you can get either me or Bob on the Real Deal Paranormal page. Just send us a PM if you want, or go on either of those pages. You can see all the clips and the EVPs. And anybody ever needs some assistance, we're here for you.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's great. And you do have a lot of great data. So we definitely want people to go there and check it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll have
it's
to have you
great.
back on. And, you know, after the Pain House or whatever investigations we join you guys for, we'll set up something and maybe we'll swap a little data on the air.
We'll start parsing through our
kind of fun
data. We have a couple of more.
There's a lot of recording.
Isaac Morris.
I'd like to go back to Isaac Morse for a weekend this time, rent it for the entire weekend, where we could do it, you know, during the day and night, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to spend that much time with me.
Sure we do.
Sure we do. Yeah. Great.
We had a blast with these
We
guys.
did.
They
And thank you
really
again for the Italian sandwiches, because
That's
we
right.
are big
Giant
fans
pickles.
of
Big pickle.
My pleasure.
pickles and M&M's, Karen.
Everybody likes the big pickle.
Yeah.
Boom.
No, don't do that. Don't do pickles with M&Ms.
No. Oh, and yeah, don't forget, Bill Metz just said you're they call you the tripod. So go ahead with that.
As long as you call me the tripod. That's all I'm worried about. But thank you guys for joining us, and we'll catch up real soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It was good seeing both of you, and we appreciate the invite to your show.
Yeah.
Very
Stick
welcome.
around and we can talk after the show. I've got to hit the bathroom.
Welcome back, too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was fun, guys.
Great.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. So
Thanks.
backstage, we'll be right with you. Right on. And we're going to wrap things up because I've got to take a leak. And I did want to say our hearts go out to the family of a good friend of ours that passed away, Dr. Michael Lynch. I think most of you guys probably know that. We're probably going to do a sort of tribute to him because we really like the guy, man.
Nice.
I miss him already. And Nathaniel Gillis is coming on. And I don't know what day we're going to do that. If we're going to do it Thursday or Saturday, but we'll let you know this week and try to settle on a final day and all of that. So, but thank you so much for sticking it out and coming back after.
We're really happy.
And we love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. To check out the Aurora Borealis.
Oh, yes.